So yeah, YouTube, what's up? Are y'all having a hard time countering rapid OFA Deku in My Hero Ultra Rumble? We're gonna go over some ways to counter him, to deal with him, to not be so oppressed by him, and to kind of deal with him as we go ahead and dive into this video. So, Gearshift Deku by design is a melee character. Yes, he has a ranged alpha, but by design, he is a melee character. Has one of the most broken melee combos in the game. He can get hyper armor during it and can actually increase his speed when he pops his gamma, which is gear shift. He will go into gear 2. If you see this blue flare off any Deku, A, that's a sign he's rapid Deku. 2, B, that's a sign that he is in gear shift. And 3, that's a sign that he's gonna want to dive you, go in, melee you, hit you in a combo so he can get gear 5 if he doesn't already have gear 5. Now, when he does have gear 5, you see he can lock on to people pretty great distance actually. He can lock on to people, just home in and chase the hell out of somebody as we see right there, which is kind of like, you know. So it's like, what are some great slash good ways to deal with someone who has a ranged attack which can give him hyper armor during this ranged attack, insane movement with an overpowered melee combo, as well as a lock-on ability which turns you into Ultra Instinct Goku. Okay, how do you deal with this? Well, unfortunately, before we can do that, we gotta go over Deku's beta. During Gear 5, Deku gets access to a second form of beta where he goes up and smashes down with 5 punches. By default, his beta will just take him in a straight line like that. It does AoE damage when you charge it up, takes you in a straight line. It also takes you further when you charge it up. Then you have his melee, which if it's cast on the ground will knock you back, but if it's cast in the air, it doesn't have the knockback, right? Or you can use more before it knocks back. So, the biggest thing with Deku is his Gear 5, he wants to dive you. He has some nice little lock-on as you see with his melee, where I dash in. I'm a pretty great distance when I start meleeing, and it like sucks me over to him, as we can see. So what are some great ways to deal with Deku? Well, first and foremost, Ochako. Now, I don't know what the devs have for Ochako, but she's been one of the most broken characters in the game, whether we're talking yellow Ochako or blue Ochako. They are both very good. However, I do think yellow Ochako is way better than blue Ochako for the simple fact yellow Ochako can catch people even with shields with her gravity and punish them. She can lift them up and slam them down, bat them away with her alpha. She can put them in the blender with her beta, but not only that, Uraraka Ochako got a buff where she can cancel and reuse her special action, which is pretty huge, along with the fact that Ochako can give herself and allies high ground. We know the Storm State getting rid of high ground, so, you know, Ochako can give herself high ground, and for that utility alone, I place her above Blue Ochako. Blue Ochako can destroy your health, but Blue Ochako doesn't really have utility that Yellow Ochako has, while Yellow Ochako can also destroy your health. Blue Ochako and Yellow Ochako both have TOD combos. Ochako is able to keep her distance from Deku, keep Deku away from her, and it just is an all-out pretty much counter in a lot of ways, which is pretty nice. That's why she is on this list. But who else could counter Deku? That is right, Kendo. Not just yellow Kendo, though. Whether it's yellow Kendo or red Kendo, they can counter Deku. Kendo has a shield, which, you know, Deku has to get behind the shield, but she can go like this and just keep moving the shield and give herself and allies cover to keep from getting locked on. She has the clap, which gives her hyper armor and mad amounts of damage. But when it comes to Red Kendo, she's in a league of her own. She got nerfed for a reason. Red Kendo has a whole counter. Okay, when she takes this stance and you see shields appear around Kendo, that means if you go into melee her, she will counter you with a devastating double big hand clap move. She can then turn you into the blender and blend you up, okay? Red Kendo is great. She can keep her distance and make people keep their distance with the infinite stun locks, which she does have with her alpha. And then Deku's gonna want to try to dive in. Boom. Kendo just counters. So easy, so great when you think about it. Shields in general of any kind, there's going to be a lot of shield characters on this list. Shields are a great way to counter Deku because cover is a great way to counter Deku. So with that lock on, right, if Deku locks onto me and I'm behind cover well enough before he gets to me, or by the time he gets to me, he shouldn't even be getting to me if I made it behind cover in time. But when I'm Kendo or a shielding character, even if he does make it to me this way, I can counter. Okay, so that's pretty great, and that's why Kendos are on this list. After that, next on this list, we're gonna go ahead and say Mirio. Now, y'all are probably like, which Mirio though? To be honest, both Mirios are good. Both Mirios can deal with Blue Rapid Deku, but Purple Sheer Counter Mirio has a way easier time doing it. First off, Mirio can just go underground whether he's rapid or technical. Mirio can just go underground, disappear, so if Deku locks onto him, boom, we're underground, we're safe. Deku gets no lock on because we're underground. There's nothing to lock on to. But say our beta's on cooldown, what do we have? Well, we take a pose, and anyone who hits us, most attacks, not all attacks, because Ochako is a hard counter to Mirio. But we will see when we take damage, if Bakugo would attack when I have my thing. Okay, and he's not going to, which is just crazy, so let's do something real quick. So, we can see that when he pops his Gamma, dude's shooting around it. We get the counter off and actually launch ourselves doing massive amounts of damage, which is pretty nice. So it has to be right when the thing hits you, it has to be before it hits you, it can't be, you know, you see what's going on right here. I don't even know what's going on. Now he just stopped shooting, dude. Next character is going to be Momo. She can just blow your ass out with her Alpha and her Gamma. Not only that, her shield is the most OP shield in the game as it literally counters everything. It can't be broken, it can't be decayed. It can actually pull Tech Mirio up out the ground, out his beta, and punish him. Momo is low S tier to high A tier when it comes to countering Blue Deku. If he goes in on her, there's a chance that you just get destroyed, your ass gets blasted and taken, and there's literally nothing you can do to get out because, well, you just got your ass blown by a full Momo Yayarosa combo. Other than that, shields are providing cover. The biggest thing I can say is cover. Stay indoors, rad up. Don't let Deku get the lock on. Don't let him see you. Don't let him reach you. And those are going to be my best ways to counter Rapid Deku in My Hero Ultra Rumble. So yeah, if y'all did enjoy this video, found it helpful, please leave your thoughts down in the comments below and hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Peace out.